Episode 16 of Teach Tech Play. I'm Eleni Kyritsis and I'm one of the hosts of tonight's show. Tonight we have a jam-packed show full of some very exciting things, and we have an announcement to make at the end which we're extremely excited about. Now, so make sure you stick around for that. Now, we just want to congratulate first before we start the show our episode 15 winner, which was Donnie Piercy on his presentation on MindMups, and I know that was something that many of our viewers really love to see. And MindMups is one of those tools that has been showcased a number of times, but every time we seem to see it, it gets shown in a different way, and it's great to see different ways that teachers around the world are using it. Now, just in regards to episode 17, due to end of school year here in Australia and end of year commitments, our episode will air on Monday the 30th of November. So that's episode 17 will actually air on Monday the 30th of November, the eve of December. So our December episode's one day premature. So just be aware of that. So it's in a couple of weeks. Apologies for that, but we did want to still bring you our sort of end of year special, but obviously end of year commitments don't allow it to fall on the first Monday. And apologies that we weren't here last week. It was a public holiday here in Australia, and we're all back and ready to go. So tonight's show, obviously, please do not forget to vote for your favourite presenter. We have a great lineup today. A couple are still hopefully going to join us in a second. Before we get into presenting them, another little project that I work on is Genius Owl Fair. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen because I forgot to do this last month. But Genius Owl Fair is an initiative that I created after attending the Google Teacher Academy last year. This was my moonshot, where teachers can submit their students' Genius Owl projects. So we're currently taking in submissions for the second Genius Owl Fair this year. So we ran one at the first half of the year and obviously now in the second half of the year. So if you are aware or know anyone who is doing Genius Owl, make sure you check it out. Please make sure you also vote for your favourite presenter. As I said, they've put in a lot of effort and time to be here. Here is the link. So it's bit.ly/TTP lowercase e 16 vote. And you can also go to our website teachtechplay.com and you'll find the link there as well. So enough of me talking. I think we might as well. Michael, do you want to say a quick hello as well?
Yes, hi everyone. My name's Michael. I'm one of the other co-hosts of TeachTechPlay, and it's really exciting that it's already been 16 episodes since we started this, I guess, journey about just over a year and a half ago. And as Eleni said, we've got something really exciting to announce at the end of the show, something we've been working on for nearly 6 months now. So, yeah, so stick around and just see what we've got. Or if you're watching, a replay of this, you can always skip to the end if my presentation gets boring at the end. So, but yes, let's introduce our presenters. So, Lee, would you mind introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Lee Araoz. I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm in my 27th year of teaching at the elementary and middle school level. In the last few years, I've been kind of transitioning into a instructional coach role at my school district. My title is Technology Coordinator, but I'm more like a tech integrationist. I do a lot of staff development. We're doing a lot of embedded professional development. So I demonstrate a tool, and then I'll come into the classroom and teach a lesson with children right there, show the teacher how great the tool is, break down the walls of fear and uneasiness, and that's basically my role right now. I have a big interest in passion-based learning. I'm a big Genius Hour fan. I've been using it in my 6th grade classroom for the last 4 years. I started an innovation class at the high school level. It was the first of its kind in my district. It's a club. We called it the Genius in Training Innovation Class. I started a student tech team this year as well. So I'm doing a lot of cool things. and I'm really happy to be here.
Beautiful, thank you, and we're so happy for you to be here as well. Can't wait to hear what you've got to share tonight. And Paul, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Paul Gaffney. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I work in Dublin City University, so there's over 16,000 students across 3 campuses. I work in the ISS department. I look after licensing, hardware, software, but I also give Google Apps training to staff and students, constantly updating Drive, Mail, Calendar, Google Plus, right across the suite of tools. So we try and vary it and kind of keep it up to date as much as possible. So it's a pleasure to be here today.
Wonderful, and it is great to have you here. So we've also got Brett Salakas joining us. He's going to be joining us about in the next 10 to 15 minutes. He has just sent a message apologising for his lateness, but he will be here. So he said not to worry, he is on his way. And we were also meant to have Alla coming in, but I haven't heard from her as yet. So we'll keep an eye out, and hopefully she'll come, and she's from Nearpod. So to kick off tonight's show, we might get started, Paul, with you. And you're going to be sharing tonight a little bit of mind mapping with us. So I'm excited to know and see what it is exactly that you're sharing. So when you're ready, let me know, and I'll start the 4-minute timer.
No problem. I will just share. See the screen okay?
Yep, perfect.
So MindMup. Mind mapping is it's kind of a hot topic at the moment. There's a couple of very different software versions out there at the moment, but I think what this one is, because it kind of syncs and automatically allows you to use it within Google itself, which is great. So Google Drive. When you first start to go in, it's free. You have 4 different options and create a new map just by default. You can choose public, online, private map in Google Drive, or private map in general. So I just choose private map. Basically, allows you to just create simple nodes. And the flexibility of dragging, moving them all around as you create new ones. When you can drag them around, move them, whichever personal preference, and also change the colors and layouts on it itself, which is handy as well. It allows you to hyperlink, change fonts, add a hyperlink to each one then as well, depending on how big or large. Hotkeys, shortcut keys similar to Google Docs, Office Docs, gives you keyboard shortcuts, Control S, Control X, Control V, which can be handy features as well. But I suppose the collaboration, when you choose extensions, you have a couple of different options. The real-time collaboration is handy. We find a couple of teachers, students can share amongst themselves. Once you kind of enable, give it a name, and then add the individual users, it allows for the online real-time collaboration through Google Drive, which is really handy itself. Progress allows you to kind of see the tasks, statuses on each node as you go along. And also straight lines allows you to just change it to straight lines itself. So it just changes around, reload. You also have 2 options then to save external to GitHub and Dropbox itself. You can export different options depending on PNG, PDF, HTML outline. But I think what the main feature is what the teachers are using, as I said, that it'll automatically just save it to Google Drive, which is handy itself. There's a Chrome extension which auto integrates as well, which is good. But I think I have the option that I'll automatically save from within
1
Google
minute.
Drive. No problem. Allow it itself. Just a sample one there, depending on the level, different colors, add attachments, zoom in and out, change color layout, and collaborate. Then you can just kind of invite and leave and show collaborators. That's really it, I suppose.
Wonderful. Thank you. I must say that that is something that always comes up with me, is once students start to create mind mapping in the discussion, and we want that collaboration happening. I hadn't actually seen a tool yet which allowed for that real-time collaboration. Even with some of the add-ons through Google Docs, it would take them out of their actual document to create it and then export it back in. So that's a really interesting one where they can still be in it and collaborating together, which is really, really cool. So I know a lot of teachers will appreciate that. Another quick question, do you know if it works on an iPad?
Yes, as far as I know from looking on the forums as well, that it seems to work on the iPads as well, yes.
Beautiful, because then that also caters for obviously people who are in iPad environments, so that is good to know. Did any of our other presenters have any questions or comments?
Yeah, Paul, I saw an icon on the right-hand side of a picture icon. So can you embed or insert pictures into the mind map?
You can, yes. It allows you to attach images from within. So as well as the hyperlink or change, you can. There's just an attachment there. One, definitely, yes.
That's fantastic. Great.
Thank you for sharing that.
I'm going to try this tomorrow.
Yeah, so am I. I think I've got some ideas and ways I can use that straight away, which is what we want from this. That's what TeachTechPlay is about. It's about us finding a tool and being able to take it straight back into our classroom and start to use it. So next up, Michael, my partner in crime, you're up next, and you're going to be sharing GoNoodle with us, which I'm interested to know what it's all about. So when you're ready, let me know and I'll start the timer.
Would like to take control? Yes, I do. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I'll start the timer.
Perfect. Okay. So GoNoodle is a site that I was introduced to at an Adobe Educators Summit that was held in Sydney over the holidays a few weeks ago. And it was shown to me by Pip Cleese, who led the 3-day workshop. And I found it really exciting, and I basically automatically, the first lesson I had after that, I introduced it to my class. The idea behind it is a fun, interactive way to getting our students and teachers to move and improving their physical and emotional energy as well. And what I found when using it is that the whole mood of the class lifts, and the best thing is that it's sort of like a learning journey for both teachers and students. I've seen a number of different websites or YouTube videos or YouTube channels that do a similar thing where you're showing a video to students and you're getting them to mimic what's showing on the video. But this website I really like because it takes one step further and adds not only a game-based element, but it also has these brain exercise which challenges your coordination as well. So we're actually going to do one on the show together now, and I still can't perfect this after about a month and a half. It's called I to the L, and we'll see how you guys go.
I to the L. Mr. Catman's desk is a mess. What a catastrophe. Hold your pinky on one hand up like Mr. Catman. On the other hand, make the letter L with your thumb and index finger. Meow. At the same time, switch your pinky to the L and the L to the pinky. Slowly at first. You got it?
Try it.
Switch your pinky to the L and the L to your pinky. Try it a little faster. This is possibly one of the most difficult exercises. Why? Because Mr. Catman likes to challenge your brain. But it's all good, because practice makes perfect, for real.
1 minute.
So there are a lot more coordination exercises which I really like at the start of a lesson with students. And I know that this is more primary focus website, but I've tried this with my secondary students and they seem to really like it as well. So there are a few different coordination ones. There's Zumba for kids. The Maximo is really good as well. Your stream screen. How do I? Yep, here we go. So that's it. Yes, students love it. And looking at the numbers, I've written down here, just last month alone, there's 65,000 schools that signed up to the website, and something like nearly 400 million of activities were being streamed for that month alone. So, so obviously it is a website that's a lot of teachers and students are using out there, and I personally really enjoy it because my students love it. And that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michael. And I can see, I know I was trying to do it and I can't do it. So I think I need to practice. Anyone else?
I always get like a mixed amount.
Has anyone else used it before in their classrooms?
I've used GoNoodle with, I've shared it to my primary teachers and they love it. There's even like a meditation, like a mindfulness piece to the application, and it's been really good for those teachers that and the children love it.
Beautiful. Good.
I know you can pay for more exercises, but being a tight ass, I just used the free one and it works just as good. It works magic.
Yes, the free account is fantastic. That's all I've used too, the free account.
And I think that's the benefit of many of the things out there. When they are free, it is great. So thank you, Michael, for sharing that. Next up, we have got Lee, and you'll be sharing to us a little bit about Smore, which is another tool. It's amazing. After 16 episodes, I love it how constantly our presenters are bringing new tools that I've never even heard of. So I'm excited to learn more about this one as well. So over to you, Lee, and let me know when you're ready to start the timer.
Okay, let me just get my screen share going, and can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it when you're ready.
I'm ready now. So Smore is a beautiful digital flyer newsletter application. Let me get you my favorite one here. Okay. So it is can you see that on the screen? This is my Genius Hour Smore. Can you see that?
No, we can't. We've just got the Smore homepage at the moment.
Okay. Oh God. Wait. Wait? Hold on a second.
I'll pause the timer.
Let me. Okay. We'll try this again.
We love technology.
Sorry, I'm going to try this again. Let's see.
No problem at all.
I had two browsers open. I think that was the problem. Do you see
that's right.
my Genius Hour Smore now?
Yes. Off you go.
Okay, awesome. So start up the timer, and here we go. Smore. So it's a free web-based application. It's device agnostic, but obviously you can use it on any device. They're very easy to create, and what I've done is I've made a Genius Hour Smore for my students to go to for them to hit all the resources they need for this project. So I included, you can embed video, so I embedded this little 2-minute What is Genius Hour video. I embedded a haiku deck. Another thing, What is Genius Hour? You can include pictures. I found a YouTube video of students explaining Genius Hour. Then I included some of the Genius Hour projects my students did as examples. Talking about the mind mapping, I used MindMeister, another app similar to the one that was just shared. I had them map out. Then I embedded a Google form into the Smore, and students were able to make their topic selection right through the Smore. Blendspace is another amazing application that I used in Genius Hour for them to collect digital content and share it out. We also made word clouds for Genius Hour. Kahoot, I know you guys are familiar with Kahoot. I had the students create a Kahoot game based on their Genius Hour topic. So basically, Smore allows the teacher to have a digital presence. This is the Smore I use in my class, almost like an agenda. So when the students come into class, the Smore will be on the screen. They'll get their Chromebooks. They'll log in. The great thing about Smore, and let's see if you can see this, it gives a very easy to remember link. So the link is always smore.com and then /PQ2R8. So it's a 5-character extension for the link. So my students have basically memorized this link now. We've been in school here in the US for the last 2 months. And so by opening up the Smore, they can go directly to where I want them to go. So the other day, last week, they had an entrance ticket based on a reading from The Lightning Thief. I put it up on Padlet. They clicked the link. I don't know if you see, it's opening to the Padlet, and then they responded to the question on Padlet. I know it's not Smore, but I just wanted to share that. I know I have about a minute left. Oh, the great thing about Smore also is I've been able to embed anchor charts. We use something called the short. Okay. I embedded an exemplar, so for the students to see what a really good short response looks like, one that we had done at the beginning of the year, I put it up on the Smore. They can also access the anchor chart and the PowerPoint that I used in class. So the great thing about Smore, it's a really easy to use tool. It's got a beautiful look. All of these backgrounds are kind of a template, so you don't really have to you don't need a lot of computer knowledge for Smore. It's really a mini website with a short, easy to remember link, and basically, let's see if I can share another one. Oh, I've had the students start making Smores. Here's one that my son made, an autobiographical Smore. They're really easy to use. So this year I'm going to have my students do a Smore for their Genius Hour project topics. And I think that's it.
Perfect timing. Here's the buzzer. I must say that looks absolutely fantastic, and I hope that your students enter in their projects into the Genius Hour Fair so then I can see them as well. It's amazing to see the different ways teachers are using different tools. I got a little bit annoyed when you started to show Padlet because that's what I'm going to share next. So, but it's a good lead into what I'm doing. Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't really mind. So, yeah, really exciting. Did any of our other presenters have anything they'd like to say or ask?
I see it has analytics there, so can you actually pull some details from some of the templates, some of the Smores that you create?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Sorry, you see it had analytics, so can you actually pull some details from each of the Smores that you create?
Yes, you can. You can see how many people have viewed it. You can also see what country, the location. Yeah, it's got a great piece. You can email it as well, and it'll give you like a little email record as well. So yes, you can do that.
Very good, very good. Looks very good, actually.
Michael, did you have anything?
No, not really, but you must be a really good teacher, Lee, because I got told about a month ago now that I was a really bad teacher by a few of my students because I don't Kahoot with them. So I guess my students would probably love you to teach them. Because when I asked them, why do you think I'm a bad teacher, they said, well, you don't Kahoot with us, and every other teacher do.
You should really be using Kahoot. My kids go crazy for Kahoot. It's like their favorite thing.
It is
I
a
know, but they
fan
want it
favorite.
like every lesson and for the entire lesson.
I agree.
Well,
I
that's the thing.
agree.
You have to you can't give them too much Kahoot. You have to give it to them in small increments. So we do one a month maybe, before a big test or something like that. Because if you do too many Kahoots, then it ruins the the amazingness of it. But
Yes. Yes, and I must say I have to limit them. But although my students, like, at the end, if we've got 5 minutes at the end of the day, like, please, can we just do an old Kahoot, any Kahoot, please? And I'm like, settle down, it's not that great. They absolutely strive for it. So it is an awesome tool that you can use. Next up is myself, but I just saw Brett. Welcome. So do you want to just introduce yourself, Brett, and tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
G'day everybody. Oh, a little bit of feedback. Okay, everybody, I have literally just absolutely bolted and rushed to get here. Had rockets on the car and all that sort of stuff to get here in time. So I am super excited to be here. I was fortunate enough to watch the very, very first edition of TeachTechPlay Live when it first went now, a fair while ago. And I'm really chuffed to have got the invite to come along and chat tonight. For those of you who don't know me, and I'll try and get up my Hangout tool, I've literally opened up my laptop about 30 seconds ago.
That's all right, Brett. I'm presenting next, so you have a bit of time to set up. But if you just tell us who you are.
So if you don't know me, I am Mr. Salakas, and I'm on Twitter. And if you've ever followed along from Aussie Ed, you may be familiar with some of my PLN and some of my friends, and just like Eleni and Michael have set up here a beautiful network, and I hope to have achieved somewhat the same sort of thing with Aussie Ed, and I'm really, really excited today to have a bit of a word with you guys and share one of my pet projects. So I don't want to spoil the secret though.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brett. So I'll let you get set up, Brett, and I'll present what I'm going to share on Padlet. I must say, every month when it comes to TeachTechPlay, after 16 episodes plus a few extra ones, I feel at times I'm running out of things, but all good. I've pulled something together that I am looking at and have been using with my students. So earlier on, I'll just share my screen, and then we'll be right to go. So Padlet is a tool that, let me just start the timer because otherwise Michael will have a go at me for cheating. All right. So Padlet is a tool that I know many teachers are aware of, but recently, I think it was a couple months ago, they just released the iPad app. So I'm currently working in a one-to-one iPad environment this year, and in using iPads, I found that sometimes with Padlet using the online version, it wouldn't work very well. So I was really deterred in using it. It was something I had used at my previous school, but in the transition to one-to-one iPads at my new school, I just was having so many difficulties. Students couldn't add, it wouldn't work, and now they've released their iPad app and it's become a lot easier. Now, if you're not aware of Padlet, what it is once you've logged in, you can also sign in with your Google account. You got to the top right-hand corner and you can create a Padlet. What it pretty much does is creates this blank space, and this blank space is where students can add and collaborate and share their ideas. Oops, I just clicked the wrong button. Of course I did. And that's my problem with it. I'm working on the iPad version to the desktop version. I always click on the wrong thing. So here you can see different Padlets that I've already created, and I can also edit them. So over here I can modify my Padlet. I can add a different thing, title, so test for TTP. You can add a description, example, and this is sort of what their students see. You can also change the layout, how it's displayed, and also your wallpaper. So you can make it as interactive or as pretty or a notebook or a world map, depending on your lesson focus. So you can change it up a bit. And what most teachers just use Padlet for is a brainstorming tool. And working in an IB school, something that we do a lot of is brainstorming and bringing all our ideas and thinking together. So I was really upset when I realized I couldn't exactly use it. So then once the app came available, I started to explore it more and thinking, okay, this is a great tool, a quick, easy way just for snapshot. And something I noticed was just getting little quick ideas and sharing them with students, things that I want them to collaborate with, not collaborate with and change, but just to see, making their learning visible. And I think that's something that we do today, is making student learning visible. So what I've started to do is create sizzling starts. So I give my students a prompt, and then I say, okay, go onto this Padlet and add your start. So I give them a time limit. So what can you write about this in 5 minutes? Then I let my students browse and have a look and see what others have done. And then I say to them, okay, and they can put their name if they want to. They don't have to put their name. So to add something, you simply just double tap, and you do the same on the iPad. You can add voice, you can add a video, you can add photos or a document, link things in. So it is very versatile in what you can add and the ways you can use it. But once my students have read each other's and they don't even know who they are, I even then say pick one and go and write, continue that story. So if they're not quite happy with their own, it doesn't deter them to say, oh, you know, my writing's not that great, but hey, I really like this idea, I'm going to take that. And then we compare them at the end, and someone goes, oh, that's really cool, you used mine, but I like how your ending's ended compared to mine. So it allows them to create that sharing of their story writing. I've also done it through using sentence starters. So here you can see a couple students have actually put their names to their work, as it's something they're really proud of. So then we are allowed to share and others have their input. And then you can even, as a teacher, add an image, and your students continue to add and add in their ideas and just making their learning visible through a different means. So sometimes I like to mix it up from Google, and this is just one way to allow students to have that collaboration, have that sense of sharing and getting ideas from others, but not always in that sense where people can go in and edit your own work. You've actually got the right there. And that's my timer. Does anyone else use Padlet? I'm sure everybody has. Or did anyone else have any questions or comments? Michael, off you go.
Oh, love the tool. I've been using it for years and years. And as you said, like, you know, the new update with the iPad and be able to use it on the iPad definitely helped. And what I found is that if you rearrange your Padlet, not in a free form where you let students just click anywhere, but in a formation, whether it's a stream or a feed formation or there's a tile formation, actually makes everything a lot neater. And for me personally, it just visually it looks a lot better that way.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Michael. Did anyone else have any comments? I think we've all... Yeah, go Lee.
I love how you can share the link out. I use Remind, another application, so I send out a Padlet link. You can have parents respond. Children can respond from home on any device as well. You can respond from your phone. And I had them doing a couple of extra credits that way, and I'm trying to get the parents involved a little more too, where they would actually respond to something that children had done as well. So it's a fantastic tool. Love it.
Beautiful. And yeah, I think that's the great thing about it. It's been around for so long, but you're constantly hearing of other ways, and no one's actually showcased it on the show. So for those teachers out there who we do want to reach to and give them a little idea of something they can use, that's a great starting spot, the way you can share it out, etc. So we're up to our last presenter for tonight, Brett. So Brett, you're sharing with us a little bit about drones, so I'm excited to know a bit more about this. Let me know when you would like me to start the timer.
I'd like you to start the timer about halfway into my talk so I can double my time, if that's okay.
That's breaking the rules. So unfortunately, your timer will start once your screen is shared.
Okay. Look. Hi, everybody. So obviously, yes, I'm very, very excited. I'm here to talk a little bit about drones, droids, and robots. That's the three little buzzwords that I'm going to talk about. Drones, droids, and robots, because for me, they fit in ever so nice, and I think they make a really nice little connection there. But why do I want to talk about drones, droids, and robots? Not so long ago, I was sitting down and having a really lovely conversation with a few good quality educators, and the topic of drones came up. And as soon as you talk to someone about drones, it's just you hit this amazing wow factor. And then when I brought in my parent drone and I've started to use my drones at school, the kids go absolutely cocoa bananas. It's fantastic. So if you want to talk about engagement and you want to talk about having that hook to get children interested, you put a drone in your classroom and you start having a little bit of a tinker, you watch. All those people who don't want to pay attention usually, you watch how connected they are and ready to listen to you. So that's a really, really big hook. But the thing is, we can do that with lots of tech. There's lots of technology tools out there that we can really hook children in. But you know what? If we don't then capitalize on that engagement and take it to the next level and actually make our quality of our lesson and the purpose of our lesson really fruitful, then what was the point of the engagement anyway? So here is where a few tricks come out, and this is what I want to talk about. So we've looked a lot, particularly here in Australia, and I know it's a topic abroad as well, but we looked a lot at a lot of the new digital curriculum, digital technologies curriculum, with the rollout of the new Australian curriculum. And we know that coding is going to have a really high priority. As we're all aware of, there are computational thinking outcomes and computational thinking and coding basics all the way down in kindergarten. So this is going to be a huge game changer for teachers. When our digital technologies curriculum becomes commonplace and we are suddenly teaching coding, it's going to be a massive game changer. However, how do we get all of our teachers teaching effective coding without knowing how to code themselves? Well, only a small percentage. Now, I love my tech, but I am no programmer, not by a long shot. So there are a lot of really cool tools out there, and I'm sure a lot of people would be very, very familiar with Scratch and Hopscotch and Code Club and some absolutely fantastic tools. But if you are clever, you can actually link the engagement and the excitement of your drones and a droid. So when I'm talking about a droid, I'm talking about like those nice, those really cool Sphero sort of robot balls, and you can program them. And I'm going to have to cough. I'm really sorry. That's what you get for rushing. Oh.
I've paused the timer. You've got about a minute left, so I've paused for you while you have a cough.
No, sorry. Sorry about that. So the really exciting thing is if we use the right sort of tools, we can then make it really, really easy for teachers to get that. Oh, I've lost my voice. For teachers to get dipping their toe into being able to have really, really creative and really, really meaningful coding tasks. So I just want to show two really, really quick things and two ways that I have used that in my classroom. So I'm just going to share the screen with two things. My go-to app to use my drone is the Tikka app. So if you haven't downloaded the Tikka app, it's very, very similar to a hopscotch. It's like one of those jigsaw sort of drop and drag coding things. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to Bluetooth link in to some of your devices, and you can see up here we've got our Sphero, we've got the BB-8 for the people who are Star Wars fans, we've got our Parrot drone up here, and Ollie, and you can actually code Bluetooth link into your device and actually see it work around in much the same way. The Sphero has the Spark tool now, so Spark Education and Spark Labs are allowing you to do the same sorts of things, and they've got embedded sort of ways. They've got embedded strategies. Oh, I'm back. No, yes. Okay. They've got embedded levels of difficulty of programming. So I just think using a drone, a droid, or a robot to be able to capture children's imagination and then teach quality coding in our classes, I think it's a very non-threatening way for teachers to be able to dip their toe into coding without having to launch straight into Python or anything like that. And It's really, really easy, and that's the big winner. The simplicity of it, yet the engagement and the quality of the learning that's involved. It's win, 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 and that's why I think drones, droids, and robots are the way forward. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brett. And I think, what you were sharing today does really tell us that, the new curriculum that has just come in here in Australia really shows us that. Did anyone have anything they wanted to say?
Yeah, I think it's great. It does, as you mentioned, captures the imagination while they don't actually realize they're doing the amount of coding. And this is what kind of makes the difference and makes it that bit more interesting, where just sitting doing standard coding, them days they're gone, and this just kind of captures it, and they don't even realize that they're doing such in-depth coding that it just becomes second nature. It just becomes natural. It looks really good, and it's a really hot topic at the moment.
Yeah, I think we just lost Brett, but yes, I completely agree with you. It does make it makes teachers rethink the way that we are delivering coding and making it meaningful, and I think that's what any lesson that you do. I know I was talking to someone earlier today saying, it's not about a tool and thinking, okay, this is what I want to use. It's about having your lesson, your purpose, and then finding the right tool to match your lesson. And, coding is something that is coming in, and a way to link it in nicely into what you're doing, that's a great way to do it. So
can I just add? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just add? One of the really, really cool things is that when you're normally teaching coding, and I know obviously you were teaching coding to have an effect on a computer or some sort of device. So it's obviously when you're doing the coding, it has a digital output, it has a digital response. You're doing something digitally, and it has a digital output. When you link in with some of these tools, you're actually being able to physically see that move. So when you can have I've got like a big cardboard cut out maze that the kids code and get the Sphero to sort of roll through the maze. But the drones are magic. When you can have an obstacle course and to be able to code and then link it up and actually physically see that device, it's something that you have done digitally, has a realistic, tangible impact on the world around you. Takes it, I think, in a child's learner brain just to the next level. Sorry, just wanted to add that.
No problem, no problem. So we have come to the end of our show, but do remember to vote for your favourite presenter. Here is the voting link right here. I know that we do have also another presenter in here, Steve Brophy, so we'll just get him in a second. Michael, if you there he is, he's coming in now. So please make sure you do vote, but we've got some exciting news to announce tonight. TeachTechPlay obviously has been around for just nearly a year and a half, and in that time, we have brought educators together in this online space, sharing some of the best tools and pulling some of the best educators worldwide to share what they're doing in the classroom, connecting educators to people and ideas that they may not have visible in their own teaching environments. So what we are doing next is we are going to be running next year a TeachTechPlay conference. So this is something that we've currently been working on for the last 6 months, which is an absolute huge thing, considering that everyone who is part of TeachTechPlay is a current teacher. We have created a conference for teachers, by teachers pretty much. So we designed it in that sense of being there. It will be in April, and it will be held in Melbourne. Since TeachTechPlay is technically based out of Melbourne, we will be hosting the conference next year in Melbourne. So the dates for that will be Thursday the 7th of April and Friday the 8th of April. It will be hosted at Ivanhoe Grammar, and that's why Steve's here. He's to talk to you a little bit about the school. But as I said, TeachTechPlay is about pulling together the teachers and the resources around the world, seeing the great things that are being done. So our two keynote speakers that we are extremely excited to announce, we have got Alice Keeler. She is coming from the US, and she'll be presenting. She has written the book 50 Ways to Use Google Classroom. And our second keynote speaker that we have got is Mark Anderson from the UK. So we're really excited. We have had Mark previously on the show, and I know he's super excited to be part of it and keynoting the event, as is Alice. So if you want to know more, you can check out the website. Before I show you the website, Steve, do you want to tell us a little bit about Ivanhoe and introduce yourself? I know you're on next month's episode of Teach Tech Play, so it's a little bit of a pre-excitement and a pre-introduction. Are you there, Steve?
I definitely am.
We can't see you, but that's fine. I'll share my screen because I can't see your face, but that's okay. I'll just share the website while you're talking.
Okay, yeah, so Ivanhoe Grammar is a school that's 100 years old this year, and we're really excited to be partnering with Teach Tech Play to bring their inaugural conference. Obviously, it's going to be hosted at Ivanhoe, with the keynotes being held at Buckley Hall. So we're located in the northeast of Victoria, but it's just a stone's throw from the city. So it's a really central location, and the lineup is absolutely sensational. I think that there's something for everybody, and we're hoping that it's the start of a partnership for years on.
Yes, and that's exactly right. If you want to go check out the website for yourself, all you need to go to is TeachTechPlayConference.com, and we've actually just secured another speaker. I just got a confirmation then, so I'll be adding that speaker to the website as well. But we aren't just purely one sort of technology tool. As Teach Tech Play, we want to embrace all technologies and support it around good pedagogy. I think, you know, all our speakers have said that today. There is a purpose to the way we bring technology, and that's what we want to deliver in our conference. We want to bring together educators, allow them to connect with actual teachers who are currently working and can bring something back to your classroom. So that's what we're all about. We have got Adobe, we're going to have Microsoft, we're going to have Google things there, from coding to maker spaces to student voices, Genius Hour, it's all going to be there. So we're really excited to be partnered up with Ivanhoe. Oh, there you are, Steve, we can see you now. And yeah, it's really exciting. So make sure you do pass this on to your networks. I know that a lot of our past presenters who are Australia-based will also be there, which is really exciting. So it's a good place to come together and meet. Michael, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, just that we're really excited, and a bit of echo. And feel free to pass on the information, TeachTechPlayConference.com. Looking forward to seeing you guys at the conference and meeting a lot of our presenters face-to-face for the first time. It's really exciting to be able to finally meet a lot of these amazing presenters and educators for the first time in real life, and have a beer or two with them too.
And not even our presenters, even just our viewers. We don't actually get to see you guys as viewers, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring it together and see what you guys are doing, and also connect with you guys. As we are online, we don't really have that opportunity. So make sure you do check out TeachTechPlayConference.com. Otherwise, make sure you do vote for your favourite presenter from tonight's episode, and we will see you in a few weeks for episode 17 that airs on November 30th, so Monday, November 30th. All right, thanks everybody. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.